More seats are ready for Manyoo? That will definitely do. The boys show what could be with a decent display over City. And our young prodigy could use a lesson in diplomacy. Another above average FPL score, but then it could have been more. The good, the bad and the ugly at Liverpool FC for EPL and FPL Gameweek 13, brought to you by the LFC File. Roll the intro. Welcome back one and all for the latest edition of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly from the LFC File, brought to you by yours truly, Ben Green. And just a slightly different format you might notice. Instead of having excerpts from the popular press, let's call it, or unpopular press as I prefer to call them, I've got more tweets which generally are from maybe one or two larger channels, but also from some of the smaller Liverpool and independent, let's say, channels out there as well. So for those that follow the blog and that have bought the books, you will know that that's actually the format that I've had for the last 10 years up until now, is just quoting tweets instead of the newspapers. So I'm going to go back to basics. Without further ado, let's get into it with the good. And the good this week is actually not directly on the pitch, but more pitch side, and that is the redevelopment of the Anfield Road stand should be ready, or at least partially ready, to have some bums on seats, let's say, in time for the Man United game, which, if my aging memory doesn't deceive me, is December the 20th. So that's good news, just in time for Christmas. And I've got a tweet here from the Liverpool Echo in one of their more honest publishings, let's put it that way, where they say Anfield Road expansion opening announced as FSG make huge hint at future plans. Well, this is the hint about future plans thing is something else where they've just spotted that FSG have made considerable redevelopments in other ventures that they're involved in. But anyway, essentially, what the article goes on to say is that the stand will be ready for Man United, or at least partially. So that's great news for all supporters. Moving swiftly on to the not bad this week. And that for me is going to be the draw against Man City at the Etihad Stadium yesterday. At the time of recording, at least, this will be published on Monday, the 27th, I believe. Anyway, yes, great result for Liverpool. You may say, what's great about a 1-1 draw? When you recast our minds back to last season in this fixture, Liverpool were undeniably and completely dismantled by Pep Guardiola's side. And yesterday, I think the performance was much better, made things difficult for City, as was Jurgen Klopp's request. Trent scored a blinder, I think, on round about the 80th minute, so that was really good, and taunting the City fans accordingly, even better. And I've got here a tweet from the Liverpool official Twitter account, or X account as it's called now, where you can say it finishes level, and they've got a picture of the man himself, young Trent Alexander-Arnold, after scoring his equaliser. So yeah, it's a decent performance. I would say standout performances other than Trent were from Kostas Tsimikas. He done very well at left back, despite some of the criticism that I thought some were trying to make on social media, but I think that's unjust, to be honest. Very good performance. Just kept it simple and done everything very well. Nothing. He didn't do anything that wasn't required, put it that way. So great performance from Tsimikas. Also, I think Alex McAllister done very well in the number 6. All-round good performance. Curtis Jones, probably a bit too rusty. I think the game maybe came a little bit soon for him. I was particularly impressed with Ryan Gravenberch as well when he came on and made a very good run, which led up to Trent's equaliser. Of course, the usual suspects, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk as well, all putting in good shifts, and also as well Matip made a few good runs forward in the first half, which is always nice to see him do that. So all round good performance, with the exception of Curtis Jones. I think he's got enough in the bank to have the odd bad day, albeit against City. Anyway, it is what it is, 1-1. And as Jurgen Klopp said, let me check the notes here if my glasses don't fail me. I take what we get and work from here, and that is what we will do. And never a fairer word said. Moving swiftly on to the ugly. And for me, this has got to be the little the scrap between Darwin Núñez and Pep Guardiola at the full-time whistle, which, to use an old cliche, could best be described as handbags. Klopp said afterwards he didn't understand the word, so it was clearly something that was said in Spanish. And from what I've seen as well, Guardiola hasn't made anything else of it either. So we move on. It was just a bit, just much about nothing, to be honest. And I've got a tweet from Anfield Edition, a very nice Twitter account they've got, and they've got the heading, Darwin is just something else. And I think something else sums him up quite well, although I think Pep Guardiola probably called him something else. Anyway, moving on. As usual, before we wrap up, let's have a quick look at the status or the state of play for FC Bumpy Grastard. And for those that are new to the channel, this is my fantasy football team. So for game week 13, can't complain again. Another above average score, 54 against an average of 33. In retrospect, I probably could have played Ake instead of Anderson, but yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda, as the song goes. So yeah, actually a decent score, as we can see on my Düsseldorf Super League. I'm up to 7th place. Not bad at all, overtaking Change Name, who has been ahead of me for most of the season. So yeah, looking at the table here, I can see I'm on 715 points. Yeah, 54 points. The best score at the moment, but I think I may be overtaken. There's a couple of other people who've got Tottenham and Villa players in their team. So let's see, that was a very nice result there for the week. And the second league that I'm in, League 2085963, as it's imaginatively called. I've gone up from 5th to 4th, and you can see there I'm on 613 points, although that's actually when I started. But yes, not bad, as you can see, 657 at the top. Had I been playing at the beginning of the season, dare say, I'd be on top. Just saying. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thanks very much for staying along. If you're still here now, you are a glutton for punishment, but also obviously a very, very nice and a person with very good taste indeed. So thank you very much. Remember, if you like the content, please do like, subscribe, comment and share, tell your friends, and let's continue to grow the channel. And you can of course read the blog on Facebook, Instagram and X. For those that don't know, there's actually 4 books that have been published as well. If you go to the About page here on the YouTube channel, you'll see some links to the books. So by all means, indulge yourselves. Why not? Ahead of Christmas. The championship winning season, which was 2020, seems to be a very popular one. So why not? Thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the week and look after yourselves, of course, as is my usual advice. So until next week, guys, peace. Your LFC File. Well, at the time of recording, this is Sunday, so Mobile, Liverpool, that. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, in retrospect, I think the word is called, on the YouTube channel or the